guys, welcome back to Vera's View. I'm here to once again run down this week's Raw and SmackDown. My first fail for Raw this week has to be Enzo's 205 Live demotion. I mean, I really like Enzo Amore. I think he has great charisma. I'm sure he's selling a hell of a lot of merch. But apparently people backstage don't really like him, and that's looking more and more true as he's now been shoved off of the Raw roster. Hopefully he makes way back there soon, because I personally get a kick out of him. Back-to-back matches with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins facing off against Cesaro and Sheamus respectively were a fail for me this week. I think I'm mostly just salty about the fact they didn't turn on each other, and they are working pretty well as a cohesive unit. My wins, though, started off with Jerry the King Lawler back behind the announce table. It's an unfortunate set of circumstances that has brought him there. Wishing all the best to Booker T down in Houston with the aftermath of Hurricane Harvey. But, you know, it's good to see the King back at the table. My next win had to be Jeff Hardy winning the #1 contendership battle royal, moving him forward to face off against The Miz next week, and he could end up being a 5-time Intercontinental Champion. Alexa Bliss's promo, of course, is the win for me this week. She's backstage talking about the fact that she's going to win back her championship tonight. But more importantly, she's going to embarrass Sasha Banks. She says she hopes that Sasha had fun playing champion this week, because tonight the goddess of WWE regains her throne. Just love her. Emma beating Mickie James was also a win for me this week. I'm excited to see Emma maybe getting a little push. She has some new entrance music, so it's probably a good sign they're going to do something more stuff with her going forward. Also now Mickie apparently has to tweet whatever hashtag Emma would like, and I assume it's going to be hashtag Emma started the Divas Revolution, because she said it about 46 times when she left. John Cena was a big win for me this week. He absolutely destroyed Roman Reigns on the microphone. He just tore him to shreds, and I was loving it. He called Roman Reigns a corporately created John Cena bootleg. He's not the guy. He's just a guy trying to fill shoes he never will. Roman Reigns fires back. He has some good lines of his own, and John Cena gives little credit when he says, "Oh, good, it took you only 5 years to cut a halfway decent promo. I'm still here because you can't do your job. In this yard, you have to step up or step aside, and I do this better part-time than you'll ever do it full-time." And I was just like, that had a sting. I mean, apparently this was a scripted promo, but a lot of people are speculating that it was indeed shoot, so who knows? Either way, I really enjoyed it. Thought it was highly entertaining. I prefer the side of John Cena to boring. Can't see me. John Cena, whatever. Pelvis Wesley. I mean, even if he got his ass kicked by Aiden English, I was so excited to see a Southpaw regional wrestling personality on Monday Night Raw. If you haven't watched Southpaw, I probably said it before, but I'm going to say it again. Just watch it because it cracks me up. Alexa Bliss is my last win again for Raw. She made the list 2 times this week, but she did what she said she was going to do, and she won back her Raw Women's Championship. I'm so glad to see the women continuing to be featured in the main event picture. I mean, it's really great for them. They get highlighted like this week to week. I also really enjoy when Nia Jax came down after the match. You know, looked like she's going to celebrate with Alexa Bliss. She puts her up on her shoulders, parades her around the ring, and they have a little Evolution-esque moment when she drops her like Batista did to Randy Orton, making her intentions clear that she's coming for that Raw Women's Championship. Moving over to SmackDown Live, my first fail was Jinder Mahal. I am just tiring of him as champion. I mean, I was behind at first because it was something different, but it's just not working, and I think it's getting old, so they switch it up. In fact, you know what? The whole WWE title picture right now over on SmackDown is just kind of boring me. I love Shinsuke Nakamura. I like Randy Orton as a heel. We kind of got a little taste of that this week. Is he turning again? I don't really know, but yeah. It's kind of stale. Let's do a little roster shakeup. And Bobby Roode pinning Mike Kanellis is a fail for me this week. Not because I don't love Bobby Roode. I'm glad to see that he is getting this push on SmackDown, but I'm sad to see Mike having to job out. I know he's been having some personal problems, and Maria has highlighted that on her Instagram if you follow her. But hopefully this is the start of a big comeback for Mike, and he can turn things around, and him and Maria will once again be on top of their game, back into the ring, and you know what? Tearing up on SmackDown. Shelton Benjamin was my first win for SmackDown this week. He had his first match in WWE in over 7 years and picked up the victory for himself and Chad Gable over the Ascension. Kevin Owens' promo was a huge one for me this week. I loved him talking about SmackDown being Shane McMahon's own personal playground. He's going on about how Shane, yet again, screwed him out of his United States Championship. Shane comes down to say, you know, like his side of things, point out why he did what he did. Kevin Owens isn't impressed, but you know what? It's not his show, and Shane kicks him out of the ring, tells him he got to get out because there's going to be a match between Aiden English and Sami Zayn right now. Kevin doesn't leave. He decides to go on commentary, which, you know, is a win for all of us because I love Kevin Owens on the mic. I love him on commentary. Like, he's just so entertaining. But at some point, he just snaps, runs to the ring, forces the referee out, takes his jersey, like, puts it on, and says, you know what, this is my job now. He goes after Sami Zayn, beats him up, and Aiden English gets the win. And Shane McMahon says it's not going to count. He's, you know, the record books are going to stricken it, like, you know, when when Chris Jericho, won the WWE Championship from Triple H back in the day, and it just never happened. Dolph Ziggler's promo was a huge win for me this week. Do you want me to come to the ring riding a motorcycle, playing a double neck guitar? Is that what I have to do to get noticed around here? All these years of sacrifice are for nothing. Do you want all flash and no substance? Because that's what you're going to get next week. So he keeps pushing it back, and I'm wondering if that's like part of what's going to go on here. Every week he's going to say next week, but I'm really excited to see if they're going with this, and you know what, it can't be anything bad if I get to see Dolph Ziggler on my TV again. Natalya was a huge one for me this week when she tells Carmella, you know what, you're lucky that James stewed you out last week, because if you ever try to cash in on me, I'm going to make you the Baron Corbin of the women's division. Loved it. Ouch, Baron Corbin's getting shit on from every direction, and I'm eating it up with a spoon. Of course, I really enjoyed Tamina getting to squash some local talent this week. It's good to see her getting a different kind of storyline. She's usually the sidekick, and hopefully with this one, she's going to end up having a sidekick instead of being one. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what they do with her going forward. Looks like they might be building her up for something. And of course, Fashion Files Season 2 was a big win for me this week. I really enjoyed when they had all the gear out on the table. They have, like, you know, the black light, they have the headphones. Fandango picks up a belt and says, I know what this is. It's a title. And Tyler Breeze says, no, it's just a belt. I think they're poking fun at the fact that they're, you know, in WWE, you're not supposed to call the championship a belt anymore. And I just got a little chuckle there. I also like that the friendship bracelets, they put them on and say, you know, all aboard the friendship. Toot toot. These guys never cease to crack me up. I also really liked Randy Orton pulling the old RKO on Shinsuke this week. A little shades of vintage Randy Orton, as Michael Cole would say. See where that goes next week. But that's all, you guys. Please check back soon for more Vera's View. I'm Vera for the WWFu InterNetwork.